Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Mooney's Accounting Academy. In this video, I will explain to you the principles of accounting, and this is also known as theory base of accounting. So as I tell you in my all videos, let us go in detail what is what. Why do we require principles of accounting? It is very simple thing, very simple fact. Every subject has some principles, right? So even it is a very common sense point for us. Imagine, suppose in your state the vehicles are allowed on the right hand side. Suppose in other state in our country vehicles are allowed on the left hand side. Suppose right hand side driving is allowed in one place, left hand side driving is allowed in another place. Please try to follow my example what I am giving. Won't it create confusion? Won't it create confusion? Because in this state, it is like this, in that state it is like that. What is this? So in order to avoid this confusion, the same rules are followed throughout the country. As far as the traffic rules are concerned, as far as the driving is concerned, same rules. These are all principles. So what is the ultimate advantage of using principles? To bring uniformity, right? So the same thing even for accounting also. So all the organizations are using accounting. So when the freedom is given that okay, you use accounting in the way you like, I use accounting in the way I like it, that is not correct. All the organizations must follow the same rules, right? So that's what I am giving the example. Again I am telling you, throughout the country traffic rules are same. Even say, suppose you have seen a green light, how do you understand it? Is it a green signal that to proceed, or is it an indication for stop? Please you decide and you tell me that. See, here green signal means proceed throughout the country, and in one state it is stop, in another state it is proceed. It is not like that. So the principles of accounting also have been developed in order to bring uniformity in the accounting work throughout the world. Almost all the same principles are followed in order to understand the accounting in the same manner, right? So that is what we call it as principles of accounting. This is also known as a theory base of accounting. So I hope you have understood what is the purpose of principles of accounting. Why do we have accounting principles, right? What for? To bring uniformity. Okay, suppose a doctor in your area, a doctor in my area, doctor in another area observes X-ray, observes scanning report, observes a blood test, they will get the same picture. The same thing for accounting also. Whoever prepares accounting, whether it is America or India or UK or China or Germany, same principles are to be followed. Okay, so this is the concept of principles of accounting, right? So just now let us discuss what is a principle. A principle is defined as a general fact, a general truth which is to be followed. That is known as principles, right? So now let us discuss certain principles in this video, and in the next video I will cover up the remaining principles of accounting. Fine. And every principle we use in accounting helps immensely in doing the accounting work at one or the other stage. So that also I am going to tell you, and this information I hope definitely helps you, not only for the beginners, even for the students who are pursuing their professional courses, CA, ICWA, MCOM, MBA. For all these people, these principles and why is it used in accounting, this information definitely I hope helps all these students. Okay, so let us start with entity concept, or it is also known as entity principle. right? So what is this entity concept or entity principle? So according to this entity concept, what we assume, what accounting assumes, that businessman, that means owner and his firm, owner and firm, right, is two separate entities, not equal. These two are separated. Owner and his firm are separated. This is the fundamental assumption of accounting. Immensely helps a lot in all the accounting work. So what is the assumption? Businessman and his business both are different. This is how we should assume, right? So I give an example. Suppose Mr. Rajesh started a factory to manufacture some plastic items. A factory is established by Rajesh, right? That is the business. Rajesh is the owner. These two are different. Even you will also understand it if I give one more example. Okay. Suppose in the newspapers you see that you have got the idea. State Bank of India has earned, say, 10,000 crores profit. Tata company has earned, say, 50,000 crores profit, right? They are not saying this owner has earned profit. They are saying the company has earned the profit. Try to understand. So company and the owner is different, right? Even one more example I will give you, because these are all the concepts on which you should have thorough understanding. Suppose Mr. Prakash is the principal of a school, or Mr. Prakash is the owner of the school. Mr. Prakash is the owner of the school. Suppose the school is Intelligent School. School name is Intelligent School. Prakash is the owner. You are studying in Intelligent School. Suppose the question comes, where are you studying? You say that I am studying in Intelligent School, but you don't say I am studying in Prakash School. Very clearly I am telling you the example, you can understand it. Owner and the firm, owner and his organization, both are different, right? We always take into account from the firm point of view, organization point of view, everything, right? So according to this concept, according to entity concept, what is the objective of it? What is the ultimate advantage you are getting? You are considering capital as liability. So this is a very frequently asked question in most of the examinations. Why is capital considered as liability? It is because of entity concept. Right? Next, one more principle, going concern concept. So what is it? Going concern concept means every firm must assume that it goes, it works, it continues for a very long period in future. A positive approach, a positive mindset, positive thinking that today I start the firm and it will continue in future. Let heavens fall, no problem. Let the obstructions come. Understand? I will face it and I will continue the firm. This positive mindset is going concern concept. It goes in future for a very long period. What is the advantage of it? What will you get if you assume like that? What is the ultimate benefit you are deriving from it? You will enter into future transactions. You will accept some future transactions. Understand? Suppose you don't think like that. If you think that my firm is closed after 2 months, that is a depressed attitude, that is negative attitude. And suppose you think that your firm is closed in just few days, Will you accept any person is saying that I will give the amount after 1 month? No, because you are only not sure of continuing the business after 1 month. Then how do you accept this customer? So future transactions are not possible unless you have this positive mindset, positive approach with the organization, right? Very, very advantageous thing. Without this positive mindset, you cannot enter into any transactions in future. Just you feel depressed. So we should have this optimistic mentality, going concern concept. It goes in future. Whether it goes in goes forever in future or not, how long it will continue in future, of course, that depends on so many other factors. But at least you assume that even in a very, very common sense point, you must have observed in all the videos, I give very simple examples to make the concepts clear, right? Suppose a person wants blessings from an elder. What do they do? Jeete raho, 100 saal jiyo, right? 100 years, live for 100 years. Normally the elders give the blessings like that. So when they say 100 saal jiyo, live 100 years, really they may not live for 100 years, but this is a positive assumption, positive mindset, right? So here 100 years means long life, right? Next, cost concept. What is cost concept? Cost concept means when we are recording the items in the accounts, especially assets, right? Assets are to be recorded at cost price because there may be market value also attached to it, but market value keeps on fluctuating. So that's why we should not take into account the market value of it, only cost price, which is fixed, right? So when you use cost concept, what will happen? Your depreciation calculations become easy. Suppose you say something today basing on the market rate. So then what will happen? Depreciation values will change, right? Depreciation values will change. So people may not believe it. If you say today assets value is this much and tomorrow asset value is this much. So if you keep on changing the values of assets, you can't create a trust in the mind of the society, right? So that's why calculate the asset depreciation on a fixed amount, that is cost price. Cost price is always fixed, okay? And then dual concept. Dual concept is the basic concept of double entry system, right? In one of my videos I told you double entry system, okay? So this is the core concept of double entry system, dual concept. So what is this dual concept? Every debit must equal to every credit. Every debit must equal to every credit. So when debit equals to credit, what will happen? Your trial balance agrees. When trial balance agrees, what will happen? Balance sheet tallies. A clear picture that you are giving to the society. Understand? So for that, what is to be done? Every transaction has to be classified into two aspects, one debit aspect, one credit aspect, identification of two aspects, okay? So that is what we call it as dual concept. Next, money measurement concept. All these concepts are useful in our accounting work, understand? So you cannot say, sir, this concept is somewhat better, I am thinking like that, this concept may not be that useful. No, every concept has its own advantages, right? So here money measurement concept means all the items what we are showing in the financial statements must be expressed in terms of money. There should not be any other units, okay? So I will give an example so that you will understand the concept. What is it? Money measurement concept. Suppose your firm has a building, right? That building to be expressed in terms of money. Don't say that I have 10 rooms building, I have 5-storied building, I have 3-storied building. No, that is not the measurement. It has to be converted in terms of money. That is known as money measurement, right? So what is the advantage of it? Comparison. Comparison becomes useful, meaningful when the same base is followed by all the organizations, right? Even for this also I will give an example. Suppose your firm is having 3-storied building. My firm has 5-storied building. So I am saying my building is having more value than your building, because your building is only 3-storied building. I have 5-storied building, right? But this may not be correct. This is to be converted in terms of money. Your 3-storied building is in the heart of the city. In the city, within the city. My 5-storied building is in the outskirts of the city. So naturally the building in the outskirts of the city is not having the same value with the building which is in the city. So your building is only having more value than my building. But if you compare with 3-storied and 5-storied, then you may get a conclusion that okay, 5-storied building may be having more value. That is not correct. Express in terms of money, then you will have a fair comparison. That is what actually we require. Next, let us go for the conservatism. This is also an important concept. It is also known as playing safe policy. Playing safe policy. What is it? You should not overestimate your incomes. Understand? Very, very helpful concept. Very helpful concept. Don't overestimate your profits. Very dangerous. Understand? Keep it as realistic as possible. Never estimate too much of your incomes. Right? So for that, there is a concept which says that have some reserves for the future possible losses, future possible expenses, right? Ignore future possible benefits. Ignore future possible benefits, but you have to keep certain reserves for the future possible losses. Wonderful concept. Wonderful concept. It applies for most of the things in our life. Most of the things. Understand? Optimism is good, but too much of optimism is not that good. Too much of optimism. I give an example. Suppose there is a heavy rain. Heavy rain. You want to start your bike. Of course, you drive very cautiously and you are a perfect driver of this bike. You can ride well. In the heavy rain, is it okay when you drive at 120 kilometers speed? Is it safe? Think. This is what conservatism, playing safe policy. This is what we call it as playing safe policy. Play a safe game. How far it is correct to drive at 100 and 120 kilometers speed when there is a heavy rain? This is what conservatism, right? Suppose there are 10 people who should give you 1 lakh each on 30th July, right? 30th July or even on 31st July, whatever it is, last of the July. 10 people should give you 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Are these people going to give us the amount? What if anyone breaks the agreement? What if something happens to him? You cannot decide their fate. You cannot decide their future. Understand? It depends on their financial capacity. It depends on their so many factors. How can they repay it? Whether they can repay or not, it depends on their financial position. So you cannot dictate all the things there. You can expect money from them because they have taken the money from you. You can expect it. But repaying depends on some factors. Suppose a person may become insolvent during this 1 month time. How will you get money from him? Suppose a person may expire unfortunately. How will you get money from him? A person may become insane, mad. How will you get money from him? So will you get again 10 lakhs? No. These are the things you should keep in our mind. Future possible losses. Possible losses. Just keep some amount for it. Okay, don't overestimate your incomes. Don't overestimate your profits. That is not good. Okay, that is not beneficial for the firm also. This is what we call it as a conservatism concept, playing safe policy concept. Okay, so in the next video we will cover certain other principles, and all the people who have not subscribed my channel, subscribe my channel, watch the videos and encourage Mooney's Accounting Academy. Thank you.